Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel that brings you everything old school related, and today we are bringing you the final where I play against David in 7pt Singleton. This was back in October, November time, and who better to commentate on it than myself, because I was in the match. I can let you know what I was thinking at that particular moment in time. So I know Timmy did a video based on this final, but he didn't really know, or shall I say, didn't know what I was, how can I say this? Didn't know what I was thinking at that particular moment in time. He could only estimate or guess what I was thinking. So yeah, so I'm going to talk about the match, commentate on the match, and yeah, let's just show you my deck then before we go into the match. Alrighty guys, so my deck then, so it's running a lot of cheap burn spells in the form of Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning, a lot of like mass removal and, well, mass damage shall I say, in Earthquake and Disintegrate, and then we got the Decimate to deal with artifacts as well as Shatter. We have the Troll, Often Troll. This is pretty good against our Earthquake because we can actually regen, which is pretty useful. We're not generally losing anything because we normally keep one red mana back. We've got the Fissure, we've got the Pyrotechnics, the Ivory Tower, a load of range of different artifacts. Triskelion was really good here actually. Tetravus was fantastic as well. And then we have some decent blue creatures in the form of Mahamoti Jin, Air Elemental, Clone, Azure Drake, etc. And then just the normal counterspell, Mana Drain, copy artifacts, things like that. And then the mana base was pretty straightforward. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty decent deck and obviously made it all the way to the final. So yeah, the only thing I will say is obviously I didn't play the Volcanic Island as a proxy. And I would have liked an Icy Manipulator at the time, but I didn't actually own one. And I didn't proxy that either, so I kind of shot myself in the foot really. So I should have at least proxied these cards, but unfortunately I didn't. But I'm still good enough to make the final at least. Alright, let's go straight into the match then. I think you can actually find the mono green deck in the 7pt Singleton Facebook group, but it was a pretty decent build, and yeah, it was a difficult matchup. That's what I'm going to say. But let's just go straight into the match. Okay then. So we've got some guests entering the room. We did put this live on Facebook. That looks like David's cat. I have played David since actually. He had a very sweet mono red deck with Library of Alexandria and Candelabra with like able to untap the library and tap it again for value, and then obviously you got Maze of Ith and stuff like that as well, so it was pretty sweet deck. Right, so it looks like we're just waiting for people to arrive. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to forward. Oh, looks like we're shuffling. We're off to the races. I was going to shuffle to the game, but I think we've already started now, so let's just get straight into it. My sleeves do not look that good anymore. Alright, liking David's playmat there. It's pretty sweet. Looks like an Arnhem Gin. So we're just going through some pleasantries here. Alrighty. So we have got the speed of 1.75 on at the moment. which has shortened the video quite considerably. So the video isn't too long today. I think it would have been about an hour, but we've shortened it quite a bit. Alright. Normally I just go middle on top. He's actually gone 1, 2, 3, I think. There you go. I'll just go middle on top. There you go. Don't really care because it's all randomised anyway. He wants to throw a coin. Heads or tails. I normally just roll a dice, but doesn't really matter, I guess. Alright. Let's go. This cat looks like he wants to play some magic. Oh, knocking his camera. He's also getting in the way. I know you can't see my dog at the moment, but my dog's currently on my lap as well. It's getting in the way. So, there you go. Alright. Looks like I've taken a mulligan. Oh. Looks like someone's joined the chat. Someone just said something in the chat there, but I didn't quite see that. Yeah, I've got it on double speed though, so. Looks like David's trying to watch his camera showing again. Again, sorry. Dear oh dear. The problem is when they join RB, sometimes they actually enter with the camera on and their microphone, so. One card on the bottom. Alright, tropical island. Island in the pass. Forest. Ale pie, that's pretty good. Island pass, so it could be representing mana drain. A counter spell here. It's interesting that he's playing the dual lands because alright, I think that's counter spell, yeah it is. Bit of a glare here. I think he's playing dual lands, but it's actually just mono green. I suppose you don't really see Blood Moon in this format, so alright. The book is going to be really good for him. Oh, looks like it's actually in the background, not on the screen now. I'm going to boomerang the book. Don't know, I'm not too sure about this play if I'm honest. Maybe I just wanted to slow him down from drawing cards maybe. But this version of mono green is more like a mid-range / control deck. It's not really, I mean, it can be aggressive, don't get me wrong, but it looks like we're going to copy artifact on the book. Unfortunately, we ain't got the 4th land to sort of activate it though. It looks like we're struggling for land. Okay. That's good. Oh, we're going to steal the book. So we've now got 2 books. That's pretty good. Okay, they are nowhere else. Scavenger Folk, which is pretty cool. What is going to happen now? Okay, an Elvish Archer, so he's just deploying threat after threat after threat on the battlefield. Earthquake would be fantastic right now. Yeah, I've got a Maze of Ith though. Right, Felwar Stone. Red mana, I'm going to chain the scavenger folk. We don't want to lose our seal artifact or our book, both our books. So the Pharaoh Stone can tap for green and blue mana. So you're going to crunch him for free. We've got the maze. Going to maze the Elvish Archers by the looks of it. Could Pendelhaven the Liana Wells. I suppose he did have the AO pile for the Mishra's Factory, so that's why we don't activate and try and block. Because he could just kill it in response. Oh my god, Tranquility. Now, I think he would have cast that last turn if he had it. So, this is a blowout. So he was tapped out last turn, I believe, because we used the Steel Artifact. But yeah, I think they're both gone. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was destroyed. Still an enchantment, yeah, I thought it was. So yeah, we lose the copy artifact and the steel artifact here, so that's a massive blowout, 2 for 1. But he's only got 4 power on board with the Pendelhaven. So we have got a maze, so we're only taking 2 per turn, so we're in pretty good shape still. The 5 mana, pyrotechnics, that's pretty cool. So we can deal. Obviously, he's got the Pendelhaven, so we make sure that the Liana Ward Elves has a 3 to it and 1 to the Elvish Archers, so it's just a board wipe. You draw, untap. Alright, guys, sorry about that. So, yeah, we play a book of our own. I'm throwing the cards everywhere. I got 2 blue open, so this might represent Mana's Ring. Alright. So, things are looking bad. Tetravus. He can remove the Tetravites. Sorry, make Tetravites with the Tetravus. So he can get around the Mazavith. Right, Disc is good though. It's a little bit annoying with the book though, because I remember being very low on cards and he had lots of cards in hand. I kind of wanted to get some value out of that book. I think we were flooding out massively. As you can see, I'm playing another land. And yeah, we were just flooding out, and I was just trying to draw into some sort of relevant spells. So I actually think we take a bit of damage off the Tetravites here. As you can see, I think I've only got 1 card in hand, so we did take a mulligan, I believe, in the first game. We're going to shatter on the book. So basically what I've decided here is I'm going to try and draw some more cards from the book, but I will be taking some damage from the Tetravites and Tetravus. What I will say is the Pendelhaven's going to make it 4 damage per turn, because he can activate the Pendelhaven. Make one of the 1/1s into a 2/3. I mean, he does activate this Pendelhaven again after damage has been dealt, but in the spirit of old school, we allow it to happen. But in a real tournament, that wouldn't happen at all. I wouldn't allow the damage to happen, to be honest. Alright, untap. Now we're just going to try and draw into spells, or some sort of answers of what's going on the board. Right, so I'm kind of happy here to take a number 4. Have to be wary of like Hurricane or something. So I think we do take Maze 1. Now what I could have done here, guys, actually, is I could have just gone yeah, I'll take the 4 and then maze one of them. after he tried to Pendlehaven. But either way, I was going to potentially take 4, I think, so I don't think it would have actually reduced the damage in any shape or form. Because I think he would have, I suppose, yeah, I could just take the 4, and then once he activated Pendlehaven, go, actually I'm going to maze that creature. I was still in a very dodgy spot, to be honest. Now, the card that I remember in playtesting against Matthew Messer, the card I was worried about the most was Hurricane, so I didn't want to go too far down in my life total. So we're just drawing cards here, trying to get as much advantage from the book before I sack this disc, because I have the mindset here that I will be sacking the disc. Don't know why they said Tome was untapped, because I just tapped it during my upkeep, or during my turn, so. I'm actually going to sack the disc here. I've drawn like 3 extra cards from the... Right, let me play follow up with Disrupting Scepter, that's pretty good. Yeah, we did draw like 3 extra cards from the book. It did take a bit of damage, obviously, but I felt like I was so far behind in cards that I needed to... I mean, he's got like 5 cards in hand now. It's crazy. And then the Ifrit here is just the worst possible thing I could potentially see. Because I had the maze, but any creature would have been fine with. But the Ifrit is like a hurricane on a stick. So, yeah, it's very bad news for me if I can't get rid of this. We're going to activate the Disrupting Scepter. He's going to discard a forest. We're going to play an air elemental. But at this point, I'm like, actually, he's got 7 forests. He can just hurricane for 7. And so he's going to do another 2 damage to me. Go to 5. And yeah, and just kill me outright. So, yeah, that was the worst possible creature I could have seen at that particular moment in time. And yeah, I just felt like I was getting in control of the game. But it's these Ifrits and hurricanes and things like that that can just get you out of nowhere. So the Ifrit at that moment in time had the maze, but I just couldn't deal with the Ifrit, unfortunately. So game 1 goes to David. Alright, game number 2 then. Okay, do we have to mulligan again? Hopefully not. Taking a sweet time there, drawing a 7. Taking in the atmosphere. Alright, island. Forest pass. Mountain. Okay, sage is great. Pixies is quite early pressure here, 2-1. Don't want to be taking too much damage early on. Now, no turn free play is interesting. I actually decided to block here. I don't think I've got many artifacts. So I decided to block and stem the bleeding. Trying to preserve my life total. Am I passing with 3 mana again? Yeah, so I missed the land drop again. This is not good as a control player. I earn him Jin, can't have that. Mana drain's good. So we've got 4 mana. I use 2 of it. Okay, Air Elemental was good. Got 3 mana left, can we use it? And an Upton Troll, so that's really, really good. Only do an island of Wag Wag, okay. That's not good. Alright, so swing, he obviously uses his island of Whack Whack. Right, play an ale pile. Draw. This Island of Whack Whack is just slowing us right down because he'd be on 14 right now. So he's only going to take 2 per turn, which is pretty crap. We play a Chaos Orb now. This is what... oh god, alright. So, pressure in the final here. This is... I was fairly new to Old School Singleton back then. I mean, I'm still not great at flipping, but this was one of the worst flips I think I had ever seen. I think there were so many people watching as well that I was just under pressure. 1-0 down. Island of Whack Whack. If I could get rid of it, it's all gravy. Okay, that's got to be the worst flip I have ever seen in Old School. That is the worst possible ever flip I've ever seen. I've ever done. So the only thing I will say is he was like, don't ever listen to your opponent, because David was like, oh, this is an important flip, and I can remember him talking to me, and normally I just zone out and don't even listen to them. I don't particularly like people talking to me whilst I'm about to flip either. So normally I just zone out. For some reason I was listening to what he was saying. I was already 1-0 down. Just zone out. When you do your flips, don't even listen to your opponent. Don't listen to any background noise. Just the advice I would give is just concentrate on what you're doing, because unfortunately I was just concentrating on what he was saying to me, and he was saying good luck and all this sort of stuff, and I'm thinking, you're not wishing me good luck, buddy. You want me to miss, but you know, it is what it is, and I was obviously too busy concentrating on what he was saying, making no excuses. It was the worst flip I've ever seen. It was absolute dog shit. So yeah, terrible flip. So instead of him taking 6 damage here, he ends up taking 2. So really, really bad. He's at 14. Camera's internet's going a bit glitchy here. Both chain him, so he goes 11. So we're just trying to get his life total down as much as we possibly can. Tom joins the group, then switches off his camera. So with Aopile, he's down to 9, but we do untap. We've got Jalen Tome. Now we could potentially block with the Ufton Troll here, and then regenerate it, but I think he's going to activate his coffin and put the Ufton Troll in the coffin. Yeah, there you go. So this is really bad. He draws. Going to crash in for 5. We take it. I think we're going to activate the Jalen Tome at the end of turn here. Alright, he's going to crumble the Jalen Tome. Do we not activate it in response? Obviously, we want to keep that card. Do gain 3 though. Right, Liana were elves. But that Island of Whack Whack, if it was gone, we could have done some serious damage right now. Could have done. I think we could have swung him 3 times. He's on 11, so he would be dead. But the Chaos Orb flip is just absolutely ridiculous. This Ivory Tower is useless. We've got 1 card in hand, so things aren't looking good. Yeah, I've got a desert here. So Desert can deal with the Animal Elves. I think what we do here is we actually activate Desert and then Aopile his Juggernaut. I think he goes to end turn, and I think we end up Aopiling the Juggernaut. Don't know why I activated 2 mana. It's only 1 mana to activate an AO power. Alright, untap. I played Strip Mine on the desert. That's really bad for us. I mean, we was just controlling their creatures, and yeah, the Strip Mine on the desert is brutal here. Because now we can get in with Elvish Archers. Actually, no, we can't, because the Air Elemental is still 4 toughness. Alright, so he attacks for 3, we block the Elvish Archers. Take 1, I believe. Okay, with 12. Free mana, Killer Bees, oh my god. Right, this Killer Bees is problematic. Now I think with the Killer Bees he has, I think I had a Chain Lightning in hand or a Bolt or something, but he had enough mana here to save it. It's a 0-1, so if he pumps 3 into it, it turns into a 3-4. So I needed him to like use all his mana. Obviously the Coffin's still doing its thing here with the Earthen Drill. We are low on mana as well. We've only got 5 mana. In the last game we had loads. We're going to shatter on the Coffin, I believe, yeah. So we'll get Earth Control back next. Well, we get it back now, but it's obviously tapped. We're going to take some damage here off the Killer Bees, I believe. So I think he can pump 6 into the Killer Bees here. That would put us down to 6 life. We'd be in a terrible state. Okay, so he swings for everything. I think I believe we block the Elvish Archers, and we take the damage from the Killer Bees, hoping that he taps out so that we can chain next turn, get rid of the damn thing. So he actually allows it to die here, and he taps it out for the Killer Bees, which is dealing me a lot of damage. I think 6 damage. So I think we go down. Oh, you make it 7. So let's go down to 5. Okay, we don't want to use the City of Brass here, or do we? Alright, we're gonna actually no. You untap. Yeah, we don't want to use our City of Brass. We're going to Psionic Blast the Killer Bees. So that's what we had in hand actually. So we just couldn't cast it because he could have made it a 4-5, I believe, previous turns ago. Do you want to untap? Yeah. So basically, he untaps that. Watch this. So he didn't have it in his hand, the Hurricane. He draws. So it's the card on the right hand side. And yeah, he draws the Hurricane for the win. Unbelievable. I was like, for fuck's sake. And when I watched this back, I was like, oh god, he just drew it. Just drew the Hurricane. So yeah, not good. But it all stems from the Chaos Orb there. Chaos Orb should have definitely... Well, I should have just done better. I should have just blocked him out of my mind and just concentrated on flipping. And it ended up costing me the game. So I'm already 2-0 down. Alright, So I'm 2-0 down. This is best of 5, by the way. Alright, factory. So obviously I messed up the Chaos Orb flip, and this is the worst. Alright, so I messed up the Chaos Orb flip. I'm 2-0 down, a bit on tilt here. I don't know why, but I end up attacking with the factory when he's got green open. So, and I knew he played Crumble in the deck, so this is another mistake that I made. Two mana, so he's going full aggro mode here with the Pixies. Right, Ivory Tower, trying to stem the bleeding. Don't know how many cards we got in hand. I think we got like 5. So I think we're going to gain. Yeah, there you go. Got the dice there to point out how many cards I got. So we're only going to take 1 per turn. Okay, so here's the tracker. So now he's got 4 power on board. So we need an Earthquake or something pronto. Another land. So we would be on our 4th land if we didn't act crazily here and play our factor into a crumble. Alright, we got a 15. Got a 16 because of the Ivory Tower. Mountain. So we got both colours now. Azure Drake, that's a pretty good blocker. Right, 5 mana. What's this? Hurricane! There you go! Hurricane again! So I've had E3 game 1, Hurricane turn 2, and Hurricane turn 3. The 2-4 would have blocked both of them all day long. So, yeah. Now you get a swing for 4. We've just taken 4 damage from the Hurricane. So that's 8 damage in 1 turn. And chat's going mental. They're like, holy shit. Maze. The maze ain't bad. Trying to stem the bleeding here. I think we've dropped down to 3 cards, bollocks of it. Alright, maze. Go to 6. Not too sure how many cards I got in hand actually. Alright, tap traverse. Oh, this is backbreaking. Okay, we're going to counterspell that. And tap. We need to draw something good. Earthquake would be good. 3 mana. Oh, Jalen's home. Okay. And tap. Strip mine on the maze. Crunch it for 4, we go to 2. Alright, last desperation. He's hellbent, he's got nothing in hand. We try and draw and discard. Looking for Earthquake. Draw. We'll activate the Jalen's home again. Looking for Earthquake again. And even if we find Earthquake here, we're dead anyway, because we're going to have to Earthquake for 2. Everyone's commenting, going GG. Two cards in hand, a load of crap by the looks of it. He got a manipulator. That's what I wanted. Alright, copy artifact and reconstruction. There you go. Yeah. So as you can see, things did not end well. It did not end well at all. I just think, I think it's just the timing of everything here. The Hurricane off the top, the Ifrit, me being stupid on game 3 with attacking with the factory. These combination of things just had a massive effect on the outcome of the game. But when I did testing against Matthew Messer I was losing 4-0, 5-0, maybe 3-1, 3-2 if I was lucky. So it wasn't a great matchup. It wasn't a great matchup, but obviously didn't do any favours with the Chaos Orb miss and the crazy attack with the Mishra's Factory. I mean, that was just absolutely mental. So, but it is what it is, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed the video. That is the end of Blue-Red Control videos for me, and I will be bringing you some varied videos moving forward. Alright, you take care, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.